Having triumphed over the undead attempting to create a foothold in a small village, Barristan of the Order of the Sun has sent word to his superiors of what has happened and to make a request. He's a holy warrior with a gigantic hammer, and these skills will not avail him in identifying where these undead came from. Responding in a day's time, the Order has dispatched Gunnar, a dwarven scout, to aid Barristan in locating the source of the unhallowed infiltration. Gunnar gets the details he needs from Barristan, his manner brusque and abrupt, stopping just short of rude. However, the eradication of the undead filth is all that matters, and Barristan pays the stocky man's demeanor no mind. Examining the crypt, Gunnar is quick to identify the undead's trail and sets off at once to find their source. Welcome back, everyone. This here's Solo Play Sunday, the show where I pick out a game or another, roll up a character, make some questionable decisions, and generally hope to entertain y'all for a spell. Today, we're diving back into the world presented about a month ago, a world overrun centuries ago by undead, summoned in by a demented magic wielder. The system is AD&D 2nd Edition, utilizing the base books along with skills and powers and combat tactics. It's a custom homebrew world. The Barristan the Cleric, a neophyte of the Order of the Sun, was our hero for the previous run, sporting a big old hammer and some healing spells. That ended rather dramatically, with Barristan barely pulling out the wind out of his butt at the 11th hour. Now, eager to identify where the heck this fresh incursion of undead came from, Barristan sent a message to his superiors, and they sent him a tracker in the form of Gunnar, the Dwarven Ranger, seen here. I decided to lean into him being quick, a durable long distance runner, armored lightly and sporting weapons appropriate to his sneak up on the target and nuke them battle tactics. 2 attacks a round should sustain him, and his AC is decent if not spectacular. To that end, I beefed up his hit points as much as I could. Like all Order of the Sun, he's sworn to destroy undead, but he really hates them, taking the ranger ability of sworn enemy to really push the point. Now, a couple notes before we begin. Baseline AD&D 2 is our system again, and in this system, dwarves aren't traditionally permitted to be rangers. However, I'm lifting that restriction as it jives with the overall feel of the world, that there are trackers that hunt down the undead in the wild, and since the scourge of the walking dead are so widespread, they don't really care what race someone's coming from, so long as they can help. Plus, I'm the DM and I say it's okay, so there's that. Now, Gunner is starting strong. I hope I don't jinx anything by saying that. But with his initial tracking roll, he's just level 1, so it's a piddly 7. But he rolled a 7, so he actually succeeded without hours of consecutive tries. So now we're going to do 2 parts, theoretically. First part, Gunner's going to track the undead through the local forest, and then second, possibly, perhaps to their source, provided he doesn't get too tore up at the first encounter. But I'm chomping at the bit to find out what happens, and I hope you all are too. So let's get into it. Okay, here we have the forest behind the village. Now, we've got a counter here. We're using a D6, just like you do in Dragonbane, where you start out with, number 1, and for, each increment, each, if you have to stop to search for something, if you move and whatever, it's going to increase by 1. And once it hits a certain point, I'm going to be rolling against it on another d6. And if this d6 rolls lower than that, we have our planned encounter. And, it's possible Gunner may make it all the way through the forest without having the encounter if the rolls are favorable. So let's dive in and find out what happens. So, round 1, we're going to see it's at a 1. So if we roll a 1, and we have the planned encounter, and the roll is a 4, so it is no. So Gunnar is still tracking. He doesn't need to roll a new tracking check because nothing has changed. It's not raining, snowing, anything like that. He's still on the trail. So he's going to move his 6 moves. 4, 5, 6. And he's following the undead's trail. Now the next round comes along, so we increase our threat counter to 2. Is this the round? That's a 1, yes. Okay, well, we don't need the encounter dice anymore. So, we do need to know how many are appearing. This is a D3. These are custom undead for this world. Oh man, he rolls a 6. So there's 3 of them. So that's lovely. Now I like to roll when I'm using this kind of a map. I like to place them randomly. So we roll a 2. So basically what we do is we do 1, 2. So they're going to be in this quadrant here. We're basically following a clock face if you want to think about it that way. So they're going to be in this quadrant here somewhere. So we're just going to randomly place 3 undead milling about, doing their undead stuff. Now, let's see here. Gunner has a detect noise of a 28%. So I'm going to give him a roll to detect. Of course, they're undead, they're moaning and groaning and such, and he's being fairly careful. So I'm giving him the option. Oh man, we took out a tree. We've got deforestation. And his roll was an 85, so no, he does not hear them. Now, let's see. They are within, I believe they're within sighting distance of each other. So let's just go ahead and roll the surprise. Let's see if either side is surprised. Now, how you do that in 2E is both sides roll a d10. We're going to use red for the zombies, for the undead. We're going to use green for Gunner. If now see Gunner has a ability that prevents him from being surprised, except on a 1. So if they roll a 1 on the red dice, they surprise. If he rolls a 1 through 5 on his dice, his green one, he surprises them. So let's see what happens. We hit a tree again. Okay, the bad guys rolled a 9. They do not surprise him. He rolls a 2, so he is surprising the undead. Now, because he's kind of a sneaky sort, and he has the drop on them. He didn't hear them, but he definitely saw them moseying around and was kind of like, oh, crap. So he's got move silently and hide in shadows. So we're going to try to move silently first. His percentages aren't great, so he's probably not going to get the drop on them. 76, yeah, he is not being quiet. Is he hiding in the shadows? 58, no, because yeah. So he has a surprise round where they cannot act, and he cannot stealth his way out of this. So he's not going to be able to sneak attack them or anything like that. So let's just kind of count. Let's see how far we are. If he double moves, he could get to them first and get a swing in, or he could do a charge because he has a straight line on that one there. And you know what? We're gonna do the charge. Now that means he has a +2 to his attack, but he also has he has a 2-point penalty to his armor class. Basically, they get a +2 to hit him. So he has 2 attacks this round. Now because of his abilities that he took, he has no penalties dual wielding. Because of his specialization, he has a +1 to the attack. Because these are undead, he has a +4 to each attack. And he's charging, so he has a +2 to attack. So he has a +7 for each of these rolls. Now their armor class is an 8. His stake goes 20. 20 minus 8 means a 12 or better to hit them. He swings both times. Oh. Well, okay. Yeah, his main hand is let's see, it's a 10 +7 is 17. That is a hit. 2 +7 is 9. That is not a hit. So his first strike hit. And he does D3, which is 1 point +3, so 4 points to one of them. So let's mark some damage here. So actually, yeah, these are pretty weak. They only had 4 hit points, so he actually drops that first one. So yeah. But now we have a normal round, and we're going to need to roll initiative. So we take this one off the board. He's gone. So each side rolls a D10. Gunner's going to be green. These guys are going to be red. They have no penalty to they're just bludgeoning with their arms. So they have no penalty. Gunners, he has punching daggers, which are weapon speed 2, so he adds 2 points to his roll. They roll an 8, he rolls an 8, which puts him at a 10, so they go first. All right, so they are going to move straight in to attack him, kill the living, all that. So he has 2 attacks coming in at him. Now, their Theco is a 19,
and his armor class is a 4 from the front. He has his deck, so they need a 15 or better to hit him. And they roll a 17 and a 2. One attack does hit. It does d6 to him. 1 point. Nice. He drops from 13 to 12. So he's going strong. Now we go to round two. Or actually, I'm sorry. This is round two, and they went first. Okay. Gunner now has attacks. He has two attacks. He's going to strike once and see if he drops the one he's attacking in front of him. If he does, then his secondary attack will go to the second target. He rolls a 15 with his plus 7 as a 22. That is absolutely a hit. And he rolls d3, 3 points plus 3 points equals 6 points. It had 1 hit point, so it is gone. And he's glad he saved his secondary attack. So he's going to swing at that one with his plus 7. It's 5 plus 7 is a 12. Is their AC hit? Yep, that barely hit. Their AC is 8. Minus 20 is 12. That is a hit. And he does another 3 points plus 3 points, so 6 points. It had 2 hit points. He drops the third one. Nice victory. So he has successfully navigated the forest, and he has a much better idea where the undead are coming from. Okay, Gunnar has followed the trail of the undead to kind of a secluded little nook, a little area that is not typically traveled. He gets a bad sense from it. He doesn't need to be a cleric sensing evil and undead to be like, okay, this place is bad. As he traverses down into this narrow crevasse, this ravine, he finds a man-made wooden structure, littered bones all around, carcasses of humanoids long dead. It's just kind of like, okay, this is a bad place. The palisade, as it stands, is inscribed with runes he does not recognize, and he does see some smoke rising from the area, although he can't really see what's going on inside there. He pauses and he watches and waits and listens, and he does not. Let me see here. Let's see. We're gonna detect noise. And he rolls an 18. He actually passes it. Okay, okay. Yeah, he detects the crackling of a embers of a fire from beyond, and he also does hear some more indication of movement and possibly sounds of undead coming from somewhere in this clearing. So he's kind of like, okay, okay, there's definitely hostiles here, but of course he can't see anything over this palisade, so he's going to need to climb this palisade to find out what's going on inside. So he's going to move over and he's going to attempt hit climb. 88 is not good enough, so no. He scrambles a bit, falls back down. I'm going to make him make a dexterity balance check to make sure he doesn't fall and cause a ruckus. He has a 13, which is usually high. However, his balance is 17, so that is a success. He lands on his feet, he makes very little sound, doesn't appear to alert any sort of attention. So he's kind of like, okay, okay, let me try one more time. We'll try one more time. And he rolls a 16. He makes it this time. He scrambles over the palisade, and he's going to straight up move silent. He has a 20% in this. 56. He is not moving silently. He is making a normal amount of noise. Pops over the other side. What is waiting for him on the other side? Another 6. So 3 more. But what quadrant are they in? We roll a 4. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. They're actually milling about right where he lands. Lovely. And since I know why they're here and what they're doing, I'm going to place them appropriately. So they are. He pops over. They kind of turn and go, Let's roll for some surprise. And again, both sides roll a d10. Bad guys, which the red dice, are looking for a 1. Gunner is looking through a 1 through 5. Gunner gets his. The bad guys roll a 2. They almost got the surprise, so it would have been negated. However, Gunner wins it. He surprises them, so he has a free round. And there's one right there, so he's Going to do the charge again because there's obviously he can't sneak up on him. He's going to charge straight at this one. Going to do it two attacks at well, +9 +9. Oh wait, I'm sorry. No, it's +7 +7 this one. Yeah, because +2 because of the charge. Main hand is an 18, +7 is 25. That is a hit. Offhand is 5, +7 is a 12. That is also a hit. So he hits both times. Let's roll some damage. He rolls a 3, which is a 2 on a d3. +3 is 5. And the same for the offhand, so it's 5 and 5 and 10. That actually drops him. He was pretty hefty specimen, too. He had 8 hit points. Drops the big one. Now, let's roll some initiative. Again, he has a +2 to hit because of his weapon speed of his punching daggers. They roll a 3. He rolls an 8. +2 is 10, so they go first. Okay. They're making a beeline straight for him. No subterfuge necessarily. Both of them roll. They have a Thaco of 19. He has AC of 4. The problem is this one's behind him, so this guy is actually going to be... Okay, so this one, he's going to have his AC of 4 on this guy. So he is going to need a, let's see, a 19 minus 4 is a 15. Rolls a 7, not good enough. This guy is behind him, denying his dex bonus to his AC. So his AC from behind is a 7. So 19 minus 7 is 12. So he needs a 12 or better. He rolls a 17. That is good enough. Gunner takes 4 from the back. Ow. Oh. He had 12 hit points. He drops to 8. Now he is going to get tactical. Oh, the problem is if he moves, they're going to get an attack of opportunity on him as he exits one or more of them. But he's swoosh. You know what? He's going to attack first and then see if he needs to move. He has 2 attacks. He's going to do 1 against this guy in front of him. His Thaco is 20. Their AC is 8, and he's 12 or better. He has a plus 5. Oh, oh, natty 20. Ho! Ho! Oh, he rolls a 4, which is a 2 on a d3, plus 3, 5 damage, doubled because of a 20, 10 damage to this guy, completely annihilating this fool, just eviscerating the freaking undead. It only had 2 hit points, so yeah, it's in bits and pieces. Now he can turn. He can freely change his facing, so now he has his full AC on this guy, so he's going to roll his offhand attack. And he rolls a natty 19. Is absolutely a hit. And again, 5 damage. This thing only had 2 hit points, so it is dropped as well. Oh, he's doing very well. Very well indeed. Wow, the dice are loving this guy. So now he's going to move up and he's going to investigate the entrance to this cavern. Now, he's going to detect noise. I know what's down there. Oh, Pumpkin. Give me the dice. Interference by a spicy chicken nugget dragon over here. Oh, 21. That is a success. So he hears what's down there, and what he hears is multiple figures. He takes a look around at this too, and he kind of figures out this is a ritual site. This is where they sacrificed, humanoids to something or someone. There's all sorts of arcane runes. It smells evil. It looks evil. Over here, we have discarded belongings being heaped in a pile. They don't appear to be valued. So, whatever is bringing humanoids here and sacrificing them doesn't seem to care about their wealth and their possessions. So, that kind of gives him an idea. It's just kind of like, okay, this is beyond personal gain. This is beyond, you know. And he thinks about things. He hates the undead. He wants to see them destroyed, but he's not an idiot. So we're actually going to roll. Let's do this one. All right, we're going to roll. He's going to roll his reason, which is only a 10. Oh, natty 20. You know what? He throws caution to the wind. He's going down into the bunker. Oh boy, okay. Okay, so Gunnar has decided he hates the undead so much he's throwing caution to the wind. He's kind of, he's high on his own farts here. So he is going to attempt to move silently. Again, 20% chance. 82. Nope. Is he hiding in shadows? 10% chance. 26. Nope. So he's going to move in. And as he's descending, let's roll for surprise. Bad guys have a 3. Then you're not surprised. He has a 4. He surprises them, which makes sense. So he sees there's at least this guy. He thinks there's some figures moving on down there. So again, he's going to do his charge on this guy. So this is his free round, so he's going to attack. His first attack is a natty 20. Oh my god, this guy hates the undead. He hates them forever. Oh my goodness. So we roll a 2, which is a 1 on a d3. It's plus 3 to damage, so 4, so it's 8 damage. The thing had 3 hit points. It is annihilated. So the first one goes down. Now, he's burned his move. He does have a second attack, but he can't move to get to those. So he's just gonna wait and see. He'll have to wait out this turn, and we'll determine initiative order here. Regular round 1. Bad guys have a 7. He has a 7 plus 2 is a 9. So not great. So again, they're going first again. Now, they have only a move of 3. They shamble. They don't move fast. So they move their 3 and they can't actually get to him, so they will full move. So he gets lucky this round. Now, over here, I'm making a separate check. Now, normally this is something a DM would do behind the scenes. The players wouldn't know. So they are actually checking to see if they hear the ruckus going on over here. The roll is a 16. That's going to be a negative. They are not aware of what's going on down the tunnel. Probably this water sloshing and dripping and such is covering the sounds of very sudden and abrupt melee. So they have burned both their actions. They moved and they had to move. They had to burn their second action as a move, so they cannot attack. Gunner, however, can, and he's kind of waiting for him. So his main hit now he has a plus 5. Hit each of them. Again, he's gonna do his main hand against this guy. 16 plus 5 is a 21. That is a hit. And he rolls 2 points of damage plus 3, 5 points to this guy. It is still up. It had 7 hit points. So it is down to 2 hit points. It's still there. His secondary attack is a 3. 3 plus 5 is an 8. That is not good enough. He misses. Okay, round 2. Bad guys. 2 attacks on him. Now they're both frontal. He has his full AC. They need a 15 or better to hit him. We have a 17 and 8, so one of them did hit. Ow. Oh, for 5. Solid freaking hit. He had 8 hit points. He drops to 3. 3 freaking hit points. Oh, man, that hurt. Oh, he's rethinking his life choices right now. Okay, he's got his 2 attacks. He's going to hit the wounded one first. 15 plus 5 is 20. Not a natty 20, so it's not double, but is it a hit? 2 points plus 3. So 5 points. He had 2. He drops it. There's that one. He's got one more combatant on him. He goes for his offhand attack at a plus 5. It is a 4. That is a 9. That is a miss. One attack on him. Needs a 15 or better. Rolls a 19. Oh. Oh no. He's got 3 hit points left. This is the moment of truth. It's a 2. It's a 2. He's got 1 hit point left. You gotta win, buddy. You win. He's in it to win it. He hates the undead too much to disengage. Both attacks on this fool. 11 plus 5, 16 is a hit. Dealing 1 plus 3, 4 points of damage. It has 5 hit points. It is down to 1 hit point. Oh god, moment of freaking truth. Offhand attack has to hit. Absolutely freaking has to hit. They go 20. Minus AC of 8. 12 or better. He's got a plus 5. 17 plus 5 is 22. That is a hit. He rolls damage. Yes, 3 plus 3 is 6. Drops this last zombie. Now, no matter how much he hates the undead, he's at 1 hit point. He's going to tactically withdraw. That's the end of this.
What is it with the nail biters? Man, that was I might have shaved some years off my life. So Gunnar, just eating up with his hatred of the undead and pumped up on his very impressive early successes, figures, Deneva called us, I could take him. And I let the dice adjudicate in these situations as I'm solo playing. So there has to be an element of chaos, an element of randomness. So in failing his reason check, he goes burgeoning into the cultist lair. Now, based on his performance with the first two packs, I thought maybe he'll go all the way. I mean, all encounters are designed with one PC in mind, so it's possible. But it got shaky when he took that solid conk in the back of his noggin. Then it was just sealed and done when he got absolutely crushed in the cave. Man, he is lucky to be alive. I hope he appreciates the generosity of the dice in this situation. So he's going to crawl back to town all bloodied and beaten with a tale to tell. Theoretically, both Barristan and Gunnar should be able to clean out this nest, so that might be the way we go should I revisit this little scenario in the future. So we'll see. But that's it for today's episode, y'all. I do thank you each and every one for tuning in. Give me a moment of your time. I do hope I've entertained you, and I hope I'll see you all back here in a week when I do some more solo playing. So thanks again for stopping by. Now, I'm going to pass turn, hand the dice over to you all. Get out there and get some gaming in today. Bust out those dice. Gather around the table. Make some memories. And while you're at it, pop in a good movie, watch a cartoon, read a comic, drink a little water, get some exercise. And as always, have a good one.